sick and tired of your barber videos getting ruined because you're either filming too high, too low, or just out of focus? Yeah? Okay, then this is for you. We're gonna talk about smart glasses. That's right. So we have the Meta Ray Ban Wayfarers that we're gonna talk about, Generation 1 and Generation 2, and we're gonna talk about the AliExpress glasses. Which one is for you? All right? So basically, for those that don't know, the Meta glasses will record, take pictures, record your audio, and also you have the technology to speak to it and use AI to answer questions like, "Hey Meta, how many states are there in the United States?" And it'll say, "The United States has 50 states." And you know, that's how it is. You talk to it and it talks back to you, right? So I really don't find myself using that particular feature. We're here for the meat and potatoes, the quality of the video, the sound, the ease of use and such. So I have a little bit of a cheat sheet here. Now let's talk. Let me just tell you my story. I originally started with the $50 glasses from AliExpress. I liked them very much. I saw the potential in a product like this, especially for a barber like me who produces you know, social media content, and I was having a pain in the ass setting up the cameras, going crazy, whatever. So after getting those AliExpress glasses, I said, you know what? I was impressed. Let me put some money together. Let me get the Gen 1 Meta Ray Bans. So got those, absolutely loved them. And I noticed that upgrading from those to the very next level was just a little bit of more money. So I dropped the extra money and I sent those Gen 1 Ray-Bans back. Now, all three of these glasses are fun. All three of these glasses are good. I'm gonna tell you the one that I recommend at the end of the video. But let's talk about it. Let's talk price point between all three glasses. You have the AliExpress glasses coming in at the best bang for your buck at $50. That would be these bad boys right here. They are Wayfair style, and a lot of people will call this style classic, and I would too. The frames themselves are considerably bigger than the ones for the Ray-Bans. The Ray-Ban ones are much smaller. So, you know, I'm the kind of person that's really extra. Like, I like everything. You know, I like jewelry, I like glasses, I like pele leathers, you know. So for me, I don't mind wearing a bigger pair of glasses. But that's just a preference for you, you know. They do everything that the Meta glasses does, but everything is watered down. So, 50. Ray-Ban Gen 1. Right now, you get the bottom of the barrel Gen 1. You're gonna get those for $300 MSRP. I have seen those for $150 used. We're gonna talk more about that later. Ray-Ban Gen 2s go for $380. I got mine with a coupon code. They had something floating around, so I got a couple of bucks off that one. I think it was $50 off of the Gen 2s that I copped. So you got 50, 300, and 380. Okay, so as far as price goes, AliExpress wins on price. Okay, now let's talk about the cameras, right? Now, when I was looking on the AliExpress app, they were saying that they had a 1,200 megapixel camera, which doesn't make any sense. So, like a lot of products on AliExpress, what they will do is exaggerate because they just want to sell you the product, and the way that this website works, they don't follow, like, basically it's like a free-for-all. Anything they can say, anything they can do to get you to buy the product, they're gonna do it. They can lie so much. They don't have the kind of rules and laws in China that they have, especially when selling to Americans on a website like that. So it doesn't make sense. So we don't have a clear idea of what megapixel the camera is. I can tell you, in my opinion, and here are some pictures that it took, it looks like a 1 megapixel camera, if anything, right? So the Meta Ray-Ban 1 and 2, they take 12 megapixel photos. Not fantastic, not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, we'll talk about the memory real quick. The AliExpress glasses, they do not tell you what the internal memory is. Now, I haven't been able personally to fill up the entire glasses with pictures and videos, but that doesn't mean that you won't be able to do it. You won't be inconvenienced by that. The memory on Ray-Ban Gen 1 and Ray-Ban Gen 2 is exactly the same at 32 gigs. That's fantastic. The video on the AliExpress glasses, they claim that it's 6K, but that is nonsense. Just like their megapixel rating that they had given us. That's nonsense. Maybe 2K, maybe 1K, all right? Maybe even 1080 is a stretch for those, okay? I'm gonna show you the footage of that also. Ray-Ban Gen 1 is at 1080 and Ray-Ban Gen 2 is at 3K. So you might wanna go, you might wanna go with the 1080 or the 6K if your fades ain't totally on point, because it will be a little bit blurrier. And that line definitely went away, right? It just didn't show up on the camera. So let's talk about the battery life. In my opinion, I couldn't get a clear answer about the battery on the AliExpresses. They claim it's 260 mAh, which I'm not somebody that really understands computer and electric lingo, so whatever that means. But I filmed an entire haircut for 1 hour and listened to music through the glasses as well. And at the end of the service, I had 18% left. So basically, you have a little bit over an hour of continuous recording and abusing the glasses. So for the Meta Ray-Ban 1, you get 4 hours, and for the Meta Ray-Ban 2, you get 8 hours. Both the Ray-Ban 1 and 2 do make these big claims of 4 and 8 hours, but I don't think that that's true either, because I have used the glasses nonstop and I have died out way sooner than that. So I don't know. I would honestly say, in my opinion, from what I've seen, continuous use and music playing, I would say you get about 4 hours on the Ray-Ban 2s, you get about 2 hours on the Ray-Ban 1s, and you get about 1 hour on the AliExpress. All right, so this is a difference that's pretty big. You have portrait style for the Ray-Bans, meaning that it records this way. And for the AliExpress glasses, it records this way, landscape. So keeping that in mind, that might be something that will cause you to make one choice or the other. I personally feel that the Ray-Ban style this way is better because your customer is within frame. You know, the whole cape, you know, you get closer to the head and all the action, and it's just better that way. So now I want to talk about one of the cons of the AliExpress glasses. Now, AliExpress has thousands of products. I chose these glasses because they was not the cheapest, they was not the most expensive, and on top of that, they seem to have good reviews, and it seemed to be the most popular middle area for AI glasses. So if I was listening to music on them, recording footage, I will say all in all, it does what it's supposed to do. It works. It's not a home run, it's not a grand slam by any stretch of the imagination, but it works. They're a little bit bigger. The technology is definitely watered down, but it gives you an idea of what to expect from Meta glasses if you're not willing to spend $300, $400 on Meta glasses. This is a good entry point, you know what I mean? I find that the quality is acceptable. Public school in the Bronx, 65 to pass. Just the bare minimum, okay? Like, I expect more, but for 50 bucks, I cannot complain at all. The Wayfarers, they are a much better polished product. And of course, the price is representative of that. I would say, ultimately, my final pick for these glasses is the Ray-Ban Gen 1s. Now, I know you're probably saying, but the Gen 2s, you know, they have better specs, better battery life, better this, better that. So much of the Gen 1s was carried over into Gen 2, And they have so many Gen 1s on the market that people are liquidating those Gen 1s at a good price. Now, if you look at Gen 1 footage and Gen 2 footage side by side, it's incredibly comparable. So if you're able to get a used pair of Gen 1s for $150 or even less, I've seen them less, it's a no-brainer. Why would you want to pay $380, $400, $500? I've seen Meta glasses go up to $700, special colors, styles, transition lenses. What I got was the base model. Just clear lenses with a matte black finish. That's the cheapest of them all, okay? So with that being said, the Gen 1s for me are the ticket. Now I wanted to treat myself because I was blown away by the Gen 1s that I had. So I returned them just to get my hands on the Gen 2s. But you don't have to do that. You're gonna be incredibly happy with the Gen 1. It's a lot of technology, it's a bang for your buck. You're gonna be able to record your videos just fine. And you will have the ability to take pictures, have your hands free, all that lovely stuff. Now, I do want to tell you guys, jumping back to the smart glasses from AliExpress real quick, there is a drawback beside the camera, both video and taking pictures being watered down. I find that I need to keep my chin tucked in a little bit like this to get my customer within frame correctly. I don't know if that's a fluke in the particular glasses that I have, or that's all of them, or I can't say. So if you were to buy these glasses, I'm gonna put the link in the description or somewhere on this page. Keep in mind that if you're looking directly at whatever it is you're trying to film, you're gonna see everything that you see, and you're going to assume that your vision will be on the glasses. You would need to bring your head down slightly to get within focus the area that you're working on. Now, I guess somebody with bad posture who leans forward or something like that is definitely not gonna have a problem with it. I didn't find it very annoying. I'm used, like, fighting with the tripod and things like that, I find way more annoying than dealing with that, but it's something I do want to say, because if one of you guys goes and buys these glasses, I don't want you guys getting mad at me, right? Look at the footage, look at the quality, make the choice that's best for you. If money's not an option, Gen 2, 100%. If you want something that's professional quality, you don't have to worry, Gen 1 is on point. So guys, I wanted to briefly show you guys the comparison between the two glasses. There's the front, obviously. I put this little rubber thing on the bottom pair just because I have a little face. You can take those off. Inside, you got a touchpad in there. You got a touchpad here. You slide your finger to bring music louder or phone calls louder or quieter. And then you got your buttons on the top of the glasses. And the buttons control a lot of the functions. If you want to take a phone call during a haircut, you can do that, and you can still work and have your hands free, which is phenomenal. I took a phone call from my mother, and she likes to talk, so the whole time she's just and I was able to get my work done, right? So she thought I was on break, and I told her, "Nah, I'm on my glasses." And she was like, I had mad questions. I was like, "Ma, I gotta go. I got things to do. Love you, Ma." So that happened, and I will say that sometimes, right, you're tired, and you might want a little pick-me-up. You might want to play your jam, and I will tell you, with the way that the music comes out of these, you can play it low enough. You can play it like halfway volume, and nobody's gonna hear it except for you. But the nice thing is, if your customer has a question or is talking to you, you can hear them, they can hear you completely fine, and that's not a problem. And that's all three glasses, the Gen 1, Gen 2, and the AliExpress glasses. They can't hear the music. So you can play whatever hardcore rap jams you want, anything that's inappropriate to play during work hours, and you get away with it. That's another key that I really enjoyed a lot. But I do want to say this, I forgot to say this during the first part of the video. You should not be wearing these glasses long term. You should not be wearing these glasses all day. Maybe I would say at most 1 hour, 2 hours tops, because the research has shown that there's a lot of radioactivity from the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth on these glasses. So they're saying that it's very bad and dangerous for you, for your brain, and also the radiation and such. So just keep that in mind too, right? So guys, I wish I had some kind of crazy coupon code for you, but as far as an influencer goes, I'm just a little guy on the totem pole. Guys, maybe you're good enough, Santa will get you these for Christmas, and if you haven't been, there's always next year. You better start being good. Yeah, don't be getting that cold.